In this video, I want to help you find the right laptop for music production. What is going on, guys? DJ Av here, and this is my annual video. I want to take it back to this format because I don't think the top 5 videos really help people find the right laptop for music production. Everybody has their own taste and their own style and even software that they use that is on specific formats. So I definitely want to keep that in consideration and talk about the pros and cons and what you will have to look out for if you're going to get a laptop in general. Speaking of which, I know there will be people in the comment section saying that desktops are better than laptops. Indeed, in most cases, but also laptops have their advantages, obviously being mobile, and yeah, that's what this video is about. So I do want to tell you guys, look in the description box. I will have specific specs for you guys to check out just in case you don't like any of these laptops in this video, and I will go over them briefly too, as well as I will talk about my laptop too. So with that being said, let's begin. So let's go ahead and start off this video with a bang with an Apple product. Let's talk about this new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip that everybody is hyping up. So this one in particular right here is the 512 gigabyte version, which is $1,500 or about $1,500. But if you get the 256 gigabyte version, you'll pay about up to $1,300 here. The caveats that I want to talk about as far as the cons, you don't know what type of RAM that you're getting. It just says 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of solid state. And I'm guessing that the RAM in this one, since the price is lower for an Apple product, that it might be DDR3, and yes, we are in DDR4. But the M1 chip comes with a lot of advantages, which will probably be better in the 16-inch once it rolls out. But right now, you can use your iOS apps on the MacBook Pro, and that is very good for music producers. I will tell you that. And then, of course, other exclusive software that Apple rolls out, like Logic Pro X. So if you're a Logic Pro X head, you have no choice. Now, there is a caveat that I do want to talk about, and that is Big Sur, which is their new OS version that they are rolling out right now. Be careful, because if you do update to Big Sur and you have older software that might not be supported by Big Sur, it probably won't work. But other than that, you're talking about 16 cores, and you'll be able to get a lot accomplished with music production. Now, there is another caveat that I will say, and that will be there's no graphic card. And I think in an industry right now where you're at home and you are reliant on doing your music on YouTube and stuff like that, and doing videos as well, just content creation, you will have a bit of a struggle because it doesn't have a dedicated GPU. There's nothing about a dedicated GPU right now, and a lot of the stuff about the GPU hype has been tested, but not tested to the highest degree. So just be warned, that is what you deal with when you are getting an Apple product. For those who are interested, yeah, you're taking a huge gamble. So this is my laptop right here, which is the Lenovo Legion Y540. This is a 17-inch right here. And the reason why I'm referring to the 17-inch versus like a 13 or a 15-inch, well, this comes with a lot of advantages, and the main one being the price point and all of what it offers too as well. Full HD, 144 refresh rate. I really don't even need this spec sheet right here. 16 gigs of RAM, and we're talking about, in comparison to the Apple computer that I did, yeah, it has a lot more going for it. Dedicated GPU, 1660 Ti, which isn't the best that you can get. The RTX series is the best, so that is a caveat there. And one of the things I don't like about this is it doesn't have an SD card slot, but this is very good for content creation altogether. Every day I'm impressed with this laptop, and I'm very, very happy with it. But some of the caveats, that being this right here, this trackpad, I'm not a huge fan of this trackpad. It's tiny, and you know, the QWERTY keyboard in itself is okay, and the numpad is a great inclusion, but some of it is just weirdly configured. That's my things that I don't like about it. I have a full review on it. I'm not going to go into further detail than this. So now we're heading into the budget laptops right here, and this is another Lenovo laptop that I wanted to recommend. One, the specs right here, IPS 120 refresh rate as far as the screen, so you get a good quality screen here. It is a Core i5, so you got to keep that in mind, but you can change the configuration and spend a little bit more than $750. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM, DDR4, at $750, so that's really good. It comes with a 256 gigabyte PCIe SD, so it is the fastest SD that you can get, SSD. Wow. But yeah, so that is a lot of key things that you will have to understand about this laptop right here. So build quality will definitely be sacrificed. It won't be as greatly built as a laptop that will be above $1,000, but at that, you're getting a laptop that you'll be guaranteed that it'll work. And this is a Windows-based laptop, by the way. I mean, you know, Apple does their own thing. They don't work with other brands in terms of Mac OS anyways, but just want to clarify that for people that didn't know. But yeah, you're getting a whole lot here, and all these options, I will just click on one. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this right here. Let's take it up a little bit. Wow, $850 for that. That is a really good. I feel like I spent too much on my... Wow, not bad. So wow. But yeah, so we have the Lenovo Ideapad 3 here, and it's at a pretty decent price, even if you go up in specs. Also, a healthy alternative is the Acer Nitro. Now this laptop, I ain't gonna even lie to you, if you want to see my older finding the right laptop for music production, the Acer Nitro has been around for a while. And one of the main things I don't like about it is the keyboard. It's ugly, it's horrendous. The design in itself is a turnoff, but other things is pretty good. Obviously, this year's version with an IPS panel and 6 cores, a Ryzen processor, which, by the way, guys, if you don't know, the Ryzen processors have been kicking the Intel processors' ass this year. So that's Intel, something that people is like me have preached for a while, and that is a big pro for this laptop. And then you also can upgrade too as well. I just want to precaution you guys when you are dealing with these laptops that you might not like the form factor, so make sure that you check out a video or two of this before purchasing. So here we are with another AMD laptop, and this time we're taking it up a notch as far as the price point. So we're at about $1,200, and this is the 2020 Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. And I tell you, everything about this looks good. It looks good. It functions pretty well. The only thing I kind of don't like about it is the keyboard and not having a numpad. Makes it a little annoying when you're doing multimedia stuff, especially when you're live streaming, but you'll probably get a Stream Deck anyways. And this is very good, overly qualified for music production. Also, I want to point out, when I am talking about AMD processors, the biggest pro to an AMD processor right now is the latency between your audio interface and the laptop. It has the lowest latency of all laptops right now. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. This was the laptop that I originally was gonna buy, but unfortunately it was sold out day one. And then you can bump it up. Let's see what it looks like when it's bumped up in price. Let's go to about 24 gigabytes. What? Damn, I should have waited. I should have waited. One of the things I would point out as a con is it doesn't have an SD card slot. And that is so annoying, but I use my MPC Live 2 as an SD card slot. When I'm not making beats, of course. I like my MPC Live 2. Every year, someone asks me this question. What do you think about Razer laptops? Oh! But seriously, wow, this is the year for Razer, at least for me, when I talk about recommendations. So this Razer Blade 15 is basically what you really would like from a laptop. Now, price point, con, I guess. I will actually consider this a pro. And this for this reason right here. Look at the specs here. You're talking about an Intel Core i7 10th generation 6-core processor with an RTX 2060. The 2080 is the ideal graphics card, but for anything content creation or anything like that, the RTX 2060 is very good. Now, obviously, you know, we're talking about the PlayStation and Xbox and all that, and ray tracing and all that stuff. There you go. But it's not going to perform in that manner like the new consoles, but you can game on this. So that is Procon Pro. And then this also has Thunderbolt 3 on here. So we're talking Thunderbolt 3, and that's actually good, and the build quality is fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of green. I'm not a green machine, but I actually like this. And then you can also bump it up too as well. You can get you an OLED screen. Of course, that OLED screen is gonna bump that price up to about $2,100. So, you know, this is about price point right now. It's all about what you can see, what you're getting out of Razer. And to be honest, I've seen crazier prices from Razer, but this Razer Blade 15, I have to give it a good shout out and definitely a recommendation if you are a Razer head or someone looking into getting a Windows-based laptop that is monstrous. Razer Blade is it. And before I would recommend the new MacBook Pro 13-inch, I would recommend either waiting for the 16-inch or getting the 16-inch right now, because it's at like $2,200. And look guys, like if you're gonna get an Apple product, just know that you're gonna pay, okay? You gotta pay to play, and then on top of that, it's an American-made product, so the price point is gonna be up there. So that is one of the things that you need to know why it costs so much as well. And this technically is the starting point for the MacBook Pro. You can actually get it at a higher price than this right here, and it will have a better processor. But this one right here is 9th gen, and it's a hexa-core processor, 6 cores, and that is good enough. If you're gonna be in the Apple world, just know that the caveat will be a lot of things in terms of your specs. Just accept it. Accept it. So tell me how you feel about this video. Did it help you out at all? Because I wanted to weigh in with my pros and cons in each and every individual laptop, because again, it's way more effective than doing a top 5 video where you say, this laptop brand is great, this laptop is great because this, that, and the third. Yeah, you need to know the good, bad, and the ugly. That's the most important thing, as you will be with this for quite a while, because it's a healthy amount of chump change to get a new computer. So let that be known, and hopefully you will appreciate this information.